Yes, yes, look what the cat dragged in. It's me, Ashley G, the Party Shot Trader. So, if you've been following me on my socials, you would know that I have been sick for the past, let's say, almost 2 weeks now. Feeling a bit more alive again today, but still not feeling super. At least I'm not coughing all the time. That was the biggest thing, just constant coughing. And yeah, energy's back on the way up. Trading wise, sideways. I think I'm down across my two funded accounts 5%. My challenge account down around 7%. So it's not great. And it's identifying this price action on the DAX especially that has just been kind of eating away at my accounts. Then I'm like, right, I'm going to stop for the day. And then when it comes to the latter part of the session, i.e. the New York session, there's some really nice clean plays. I'm catching some of them on my other accounts, but they are just either break even or, I let the trade go to stop loss. Because I'm trying to trade into trend, and the DAX isn't trending too much, and the days that I choose to try and trade the NASDAQ, it's not doing much, or whenever I'm actually able to trade it, because of my time zone, it's just not doing anything, and then I'm like, right, I'm going to bed. And obviously, as soon as I go to bed, the market seems to do stuff. So it can feel like the market is not against you, but watching you, but it's not. It's just sometimes though how the markets just operate. Sometimes there's more movements in the early part of the market. Sometimes it's more in the latter part. And it's just whenever I'm going to bed, there's a setup that suits my edge really well. And I'm not going to sacrifice my sleep, especially when I'm sick. So, yeah, that's kind of been all my life for the past couple of weeks, just being sick. Not really been doing much because of it. I've been going out and about a little bit, but just gym, coughing everywhere. Covering my mouth, of course, but yeah, it's just one of those moments where everything's a bit on the downside. I'm healthy. I'm just a bit sick, And unfortunately, I'm not superhuman. I can't be healthy all year round. And it's I'm one of those people, and I'm sure some people are very much the same. They're 90% of the year, 99% of the year, they're A-okay, but when they get sick, it's like the plagues of hell are upon them. So that's pretty much, you feel the tickly throat coming through. So yeah, that's just kind of been my life recently. I really wanted to focus on, pushing towards the boot camp. So if you don't know, now you know. I'm planning on releasing not necessarily a course, but like an educational experience, right? And that's the way I want to pitch it, because I feel like a course, you're just kind of throwing the material and you're like, right, have at it. Whilst, I go on the logic that you don't learn to swim by reading, you learn to swim by doing, right? So the concept will be like 8 weeks, 5 weeks of basically hands-on learning, so half an hour to an hour learning, and then trading into the London session, and there'll be a separate group for the New York session. Probably do that three times, like 3 days of the week, so you have 2 days to chillax. And then if you want to continue with it, I'm sure there'll be something in place for that. So if you are interested, just hit me up on Instagram, the Party Shirt Trader, or X, Ashley G PT. But still in the early phases of that, so I've got about 15-20 people ready to sign up for it, and the logic behind that is just to get people who are not new, but people maybe, let's say, 2 to 4 years in, that are trying to transition, right? Because I've been through the periods of where made money, lost money, made money, lost it all, and then now I'm on the trajectory where it's more consistent and approaching, pretty much at 100k for the year since June. So not a bad feat for, a couple of accounts. Not, I'm not one of those people that buys 20 accounts and out of those 25 manage to make the money. I don't have that kind of expenditure that some people have, which is an edge in itself. That's the word I'm looking for. I know people that spend 30k a month on challenges, but they bring in 120 to 150k a month. And I'm not at that level yet. And it's not something I'm particularly comfortable doing either, because there is a lifespan on that, because eventually the firms will catch on that you're just churning accounts. And my goal is to be, an actual trader, so I can sell my data to some sort of investor or whatever it may be, right? My goal is just to do what I currently do, just with more capital, allow me to, help my family, help other people. That's the overarching goal, of my life, right? Because outside of trading, I'm not particularly good at anything, Maybe sales, used to do sales, but my premise was on sales, just always sell a good product, and the product sells itself, right? You're just the kind of face of it, not of it, but you're the interaction between them and the product. So if you don't manage to be a dickhead, which is surprisingly rare nowadays, the product sells itself and you just say, sign on the dotted line. But yeah, 8-week boot camp in the pipeline, got a structure in place. It's just getting the material down, right? So it's no point opening a restaurant without any food. But like I said, I've just been sick and I don't really want to be all blurry-eyed whilst I'm putting something together. But yeah, it's not for beginner traders because my type of strategies and theories are more advanced in the sense that it's very much pattern recognition, timing. There's a lot of elements. So if you're starting from square one, you're just gonna get lost, because it's already complex enough. But for me, I'll explain it simple enough. But it's making sure what I'm saying is being received. That's the key concept of that. Future plans for the next month. Obviously, the latter part of this month, I'm off to Dubai for Owen's mastermind, which will be pretty damn cool. Get to meet some other people in the space that are doing trading, marketing, and other areas of the kind of trading space and sales, marketing. It's just, a broad array of skills that will be really interesting to scale into, learn more about. I've built my algorithm that I need to fine tune, but I need to make sure it's attached to a broker that is so everything is replicable for anyone that decides to sign up to it. And like I say, that's been in the woodwork for how long? Close to over a month probably, but I've been sick, been moving countries, all the things that require time have been absorbing all the time. And yeah, being sick is just no fun. I'm not very functional when I'm in a sick mood, so I do try and put out little bits and bobs content-wise, but it's just hard when I'm just coughing and I'm lackluster in energy. And then trading's obviously going a bit sideways, which is okay. It's just the name of the game. If you're an actual trader, you understand that there'll be times in the market when your edge thrives and other times it doesn't do so well. And it's just weathering the storm. So I'm just weathering the storm moment now, especially if you look at the DAX market, which I spend obviously primarily amount of my time and trading. It's just been an awkward range, barcoding, and that's typically when I start to give profits back. So letting that break away now, I'm not even going to bother trading it. So no trades today. And every time I right, no more trading, NASDAQ or YM, US 30 is just doing something nice, or like I say, I'm not there when the market's doing something great. But yeah, so keep getting distracted. So end of the month, Dubai, going to be a really cool experience. I'm hoping my friend who's in the Philippines is going to be coming back to Thailand, go meet him. I'm also waiting for another person in Phuket to let me know when he's available. I'm not sure if he's just forgot about me. Which is okay. He's got a busy life as well, People have busy lives. I don't expect people to think about me 24/7. So yeah, I think I need a little bit of a weekend away or week away somewhere. So it'd be nice when they come back. I can go up, see them, learn a bit more about what they do for a business. Because there's people here doing many big things. That's what I love about Thailand as well. So yeah, that's just the general life update. Sick, draw down. I've been paid at least, so I'm not low on money for the month, but it's just living in that not constant fear, but constant reminder that it can all go wrong again, right? So it's having things in place to supplement that. So whether that's my affiliate stuff that I do, the boot camp, I'm thinking about looking at some other firms to not work with, but I'm looking to see what firms have values that align with mine, because I think it's important to find good products. When you find good products, introduce it to said following, if you're watching here, because I will only promote good products. So obviously there's Funder Pro because they pay daily. They've never let anyone that I know down personally. So that's why I'm all gravy on that sense. So it's just finding another one that can work in tandem with that. And I've got one. So if you do want to know which one I am looking at, just send me a DM on Insta. I can show you what it is. But I need to try it out first, right? That's the key thing. Try it before you buy. But if you want to try when I'm trying, feel free. I might have some special discount as well, but we'll see. So yeah, that's it. Just life be lifing. Sometimes it's lifing good. Sometimes it is sideways. And we're just in a sideways moment. So it's just about accepting life isn't always up, right? And I think sometimes when people that are getting into trading think it's only up, right? Once you start making money, it's only up. But that's not the name of the game. The name of the game is weathering the stormy times to then embrace the sunny times. So right now, just a bit of a grey cloud. Just a little bit of a grey cloud. Okay? Peace and love.